a matchup we have tonight, Greg, in the front court. I know everyone, you and I included, have been waiting for this one.
And when you got two of the best bigs in the league going at it tonight, it's must-see TV. I can't wait to call this one, guys.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. The small and power forwards are Reza Shea and Johnson. Dyson Daniels is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Porzingis in at the center. Now, here's Cunningham, averaging around 27.5 points a game, one of the best in the league. 5 on the clock. Puts it up from 17. Atlanta with the rebound. Their last meeting was in Detroit, where they were unable to fight off the Pistons.
Yeah, and what a gut wrencher it was for them last time they met. Ended up on the losing side in that.
Here's Johnson. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Wizards in Washington.
Now, we've seen Johnson become more confident with his outside shot. Now the next step for him, let's become more consistent.
And Tim, breaking down Jalen Johnson's game, what jumps out to you?
Well, Kevin, I think it's his versatility. He can really do everything out there. And when you combine it with his size and athleticism, he's got star written all over it.
Now, here's Duren.
And this is Duren showing you his #1 strength. This is one of the top offensive rebounders in this league.
Jalen Duren is certainly a force, Tim, in this NBA. He's a nightly double-double.
Well, he looks like a bouncer at a nightclub, but you forget how young this guy is. If he keeps improving like this, Kevin, he has a chance to be one of the premier bigs in this league.
I was going to say the same thing about you, but I'll call you a Greek god as opposed to a bouncer in a bar. How's that?
I much prefer the Greek god description.
And this young Pistons team, GA, you and I love them, building around toughness.
Yeah, offensively, attacking the paint, defensively, where they are engaged. And they'll send you to the foul line quite a bit, but it's a product of that hard-nosed style.
Outside Robinson. No good on the three.
You have to defend the three-point line. They got lucky he missed that one.
Here's Daniels, and too long on the shot.
Well, it's early on in this one. Only one basket to speak of. There is time to start working together.
And the basket by Harris.
And it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting busy inside. Gives them that inside-out edge they're looking for.
Here's Daniels. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Daniels. Left side, Porzingis shoots over Duren. Thompson with the rebound.
Yeah, he's got to be mad at himself for missing that one, especially considering the defense didn't really affect him.
Harris setting the pick for Cunningham. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Robinson. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's right around 13 points a night, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, with some guys, we always talk about potential. What I like about him, he comes to work every night and actually produces.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. LeVert's checked in for Thompson. And Ivy subbed in for Robinson. And then for Atlanta, Okongwu comes in for Johnson. And it's Kennard in for Reza Shea. Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce, courtside. Allie.
Thanks, Kevin. The Pistons are growing. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said, I appreciate the work that the guys have put in, and I'm proud of what they're becoming. But we have more work to do. We're still taking steps. Our guys have improved. The team has improved, but we're not finished yet. Kevin, back over to you.
On the run. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. For the Hawks, Newell comes in for Porzingis, and Wallace subbed in for Daniels. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Here's Newell. Wallace, the pass to Okongwu. Pocket 6. Alexander Walker. The Hawks again can't hit. Detroit's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. The shot by Ivy, no good. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
But let's see how they play the clock.
Kennard, the pass to Alexander Walker. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. The Pistons have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. Cunningham looking around. Over Wallace. No dice from 9 feet out. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's Detroit up by 2. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
They clearly wanted to be the more physical team, and they are setting the tone that way. I love the work.
Holland is out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then it's Ivy. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Jenkins in at the point guard. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. Now here's Wallace. No scoring in this one. And there it is for him. And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered and the style, you have to score more now to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching, you got to be able to hold up against size and play all over the floor.
Now, here's Kennard. He had 15 points last outing. Wallace goes in, pass to Newell. Now, here's Johnson. LeVert defending. And it's blocked. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Now, here's Ivy. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Hollins kicks to LeVert. Stewart a screen. LeVert with a wide-open look. Kennard with the rebound.
That's just unlucky. You don't mind him taking that shot at all.
And the tough guy reputation, Tim, well earned for Isaiah Stewart.
Well, yeah, he's a physical presence, Kevin. He does not shy away from an alley fight. He brings that edge every team needs, and it is especially welcome in the Motor City.
Pistons have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. LeVert finds Ivy. There's 1:38 left to play here in the half. Over to the wing. Here's Jenkins. And a miss there on the triple. The Hawks trail. Kennard, the pass to Okongwu. Can't hit from in close. Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. A nice shot by LeVert. LeVert's got his first basket.
Yeah, nice job right there by Ivy, keeping his head up.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Detroit ends up going with the new group. And now a look at the teams that have shot the ball the best over the course of the last month. The 4th spot held by the Hawks. 5th on the list, the Pistons.
And this is the kind of shooting these teams would love to have all season long. I mean, they've both been on a tear here of late.
Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Porzingis passes to Daniels. Now, Alexander Walker. A 17-point game for him in the win against the Wizards in Washington.
And he also forced a number of turnovers, ending the night with 3 steals.
And so it's Detroit with the ball after the basket by Atlanta. Harris looking it over. They get the rebound. Duren. Nice D from Porzingis.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And Porzingis throws it down hard.
How about the creativity there from Porzingis? He wanted to make that one sting a little.
And another look at that last play with the AT&T connected cam. The Pistons have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Shot clock at 6. Cunningham for 3. No good. And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. And Allie LaForce has got something now for us from the floor. Allie, take it away.
Coach Quinn Snyder with us now. And, Coach, a bit of a lull for this team scoring the ball. Why?
It had nothing to do with anything other than us being aggressive. We're like walking the ball up the court. Whoever's got it, we've got to attack.
At least effort is something you can control. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Allie. And, folks, don't go away. Halftime is here. And we'll be right back with you after this break.
Hey folks, welcome. The Atlanta Hawks find themselves here in a close one at the half. Veering off topic a bit, I wanted to ask you guys, who would you say is the best trash talker of all time?
Man, there's been a lot of them. But I'll go with either Bird or Jordan, because trash talk is only good if you can back it up.
I really can't say because nobody talked trash to me. They were too afraid of the consequences.
Okay, now that's a lie. Because I talk trash to you all the time, and I haven't seen any consequences.
Oh, just wait till the next break, buddy boy. Been saving up.
And let's discuss the first half. So far, Atlanta's in a close one.
Their shooting percentage is awful. They would have been better off rolling out Ernie.
That's where you're wrong. I wouldn't miss a shot because I wouldn't be able to get one off. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And so it's Detroit with the ball. Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. The post pairing, Johnson along with Porzingis. Filling the perimeter slots are Daniels and Rizachet. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 1.
Oh, whoa. That is just nasty right there by Duren.
Just a terrific perspective of that dunk from the Connected Cam, brought to you by AT&T. Atlanta shooting 31%, not looking sharp offensively, to say the least. You know, Tim, one thing you hear about Cade Cunningham is his leadership skills.
Yeah, Kevin, he is very mature and unselfish. While this team definitely revolves around his play, he doesn't make it all about himself, and that is the difference.
Back to Cunningham. On the way, Harris. Here's Duren. The Pistons rebound. Pass to Harris. They shoot again, and Duren lays it in. Duren's got 7 points.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Alexander Walker passes to Johnson. In the corner, Daniels. Porzingis with a screen on Robinson. For the lead, and it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Daniels. Porzingis has got his second bucket tonight.
And when you rank stretch bigs, you have to place Porzingis toward the top of that list. This guy is a pure shooter at 7'3".
Now, here's Cunningham. Still scoreless. Thompson outside. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. On the wing, Daniels. Guarded by Robinson. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one. So we're talking about Dyson Daniels here, Greg. Just how incredible a defender is this kid?
I mean, last season he came in second in terms of voting for Defensive Player of the Year. Led the league in steals. And this young man's just getting started. Figures to be a problem for a long time.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And last season's most improved player. And Tim, I know you like this guy, Dyson Daniels, a rising player.
Well, Kevin, he is an elite defender, already one of the best we have in this league, and he's just getting started.
Harris missing again.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
Now, here's Johnson. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. Clock is at 3. Yes, that goes in. Porzingis has got the lead up to 6 now for Atlanta.
And where is the leadership? Because in the second half, they just haven't brought the same energy defensively.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. For the Pistons, Caris LeVert comes in for Harris, and it's Jenkins in for Cunningham. And so it's Detroit with it. They trail by 6. LeVert kicks to Robinson. A shot by Thompson. No one's around. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Alexander Walker. Here's Krejci. LeVert defending. Porzingis with a screen on LeVert. Now Porzingis out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
And with the moment, let's check out some stats for Kristaps Porzingis. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. Right around 21 points per, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's also a bit of a stopper defensively. They put him in, and their defense really tightens up.
And that's such a valuable tool for this team. His defense can really shift the momentum.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Stewart comes in for Thompson. And it's Jaden Ivey in for Robinson. Ivey, no one around him. No good from outside.
I'm surprised he missed that one. He is a dangerous guy to leave open.
Pass to Krejci. Here's Newell. Launches a 3. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Ivey. And the layup falls.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Wallace looking for an opening. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Hawks lead by 4. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, he made it look simple, but that's not always easy to execute.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. At the guard spots, we'll see Cunningham and Ivey. Holland is out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's LeVert in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons. It's 3-pointers off the mark. The Hawks leading by 4. Here's Johnson. It's deflected. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. He's a big combo guard, and Ivey plays with no fear in there.
Here's Krejci. Here's Gay. Pass to Kennard. The Hawks again can't hit. Ivey outside. Here's Cunningham. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. That one misses and a chance to tie it up. The Hawks have gone 0-3 to start the fourth quarter. Johnson outside. Six feet out. He gets it to go.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now.
Here comes the ball, Detroit. Hit the Pistons dancer.
Different look here for the Pistons. Jalen Duren, he's checked in for Stewart. Harris comes in for Holland. Ausar Thompson, he's checked in for Caris LeVert. And it's Duncan Robinson in for Jaden Ivey. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
J.B. Bickerstaff had some words for his team over the break. He told the guys to stay after it inside. He said our play inside is terrific right now. He said don't lose any of that intensity. Stay strong down there. It's always nice to hear a coach enjoying his team's play. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you. Now, here's Cunningham. Outside, Harris. 6 on the shot clock. He got it to go off the glass.
Well, that's the thing about Tobias Harris. You think of him as a high-volume three-point shooter, but historically, he actually takes a lot more twos.
Here's Porzingis. Duren pulls it down. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Harris. Nice use of the glass on the finish.
The veteran coming up big in a big spot. Harris with a crucial bucket.
It's tipped. Outside Robinson. The three goes down.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
The Hawks trail by 3. 1:19 left in the fourth quarter. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
As this game tightens up, it's even more important to take care of the basketball.
Pistons leading by 3. Cunningham left side.
And we're seeing Cunningham turn himself into a leader. This is why he went first overall back in 2021.
At the line for your Pistons, Cunningham. Cunningham. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And it's easy to see why so many are so high on Cunningham, a talented guard who can do a little bit of everything.
He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in. The Hawks trail by 4. .58 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Johnson. Got it!
Oh, the nerves on this guy.
Completely unfazed by what's at stake. That's just clutch.
Cunningham right side. Porzingis pulls it down. Here's Atlanta.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Well, they're in a tough spot now. They need points and stops. Now, offensively, Daniels has really come into his own, and now he's taking charge in important moments.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game, and he wants to be prepared. Shot and game clock separated by 4. Cunningham fires. Thompson outside. Cunningham outside. Just 5 to shoot. Can't get it to go. And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Porzingis with a screen on Cunningham. The long shot, no good. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Filling the perimeter slots are Daniels and Rizachet. The post pairing, Johnson along with Porzingis. And it's Alexander Walker in at the point. Now here's Porzingis. And it doesn't go.
Well, the defense was solid right there, but that's just a missed opportunity at the rim.
Three, good. Tim is one of the most accurate three-point shooters this league has ever seen. Give us your top shooters in the game today.
Yeah, it's funny because you always say, well, obviously Steph, so it's almost like any conversation puts him in a different category. I obviously agree with that. I look at a guy like Damian Lillard with that unlimited range and his ability to pull up from anywhere. Even a guy like Trae Young, I would put into that category because of the range, Kevin. It just extends defenses so far.
What a list.
And he is a guy who typically needs the ball in his hand, so it's good to see Cunningham as a catch-and-shoot option.
Rebounded by Thompson. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. And here's Cunningham. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Alexander Walker. Second personal foul. First team foul.
They trail by 6. Here's Durant. Outside Harris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Robinson. No problem with the wide open jam.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game now looking to finish it.
I think the key here is to be careful about playing it too safely. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're behind by 8. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
They got to get straight to the hoop, then a foul immediately.
Alexander Walker with the ball. Porzingis. And that one is good.
Porzingis. Assistant. Nickeil Alexander.
So they foul intentionally.
Kristaps Porzingis. Second personal foul. Team second. At the line for Detroit, Cunningham. Cunningham. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. 20 seconds left to play in the first overtime. Guys, what's your take?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
I can't wait to see what they draw up here and who they decide to go to.
shoots the three. Cunningham pulls it down.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They've used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
And so the Pistons take the win. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
And that about wraps it up. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.